All right, so let's go on to the phone lines now and pick the thoughts of the key players when it comes to issues of voting and politics here in Ghana. We start from the camp of the New Patriotic Party. Its Director of Elections, Martin Ejemens, of course, has joined us on the line. Martin, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Hello, Martin. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon, and thanks for having me.
Right. Thank you very much. To start with, does the decision of the Supreme Court that at least now the EC should bring names of persons who registered with the NHIS cards bring clarity to the May 5 judgment?
It does, but let me say, all along there had been clarity, except that people pretended not to have the issues clear. If you look at the specific orders that came up in that July ruling, the earlier ruling.
Yes, May 5.
There was no ambiguity about it. This is just one of the many incidents or examples of trying to touch the truth and going all about. And we've done this for the last 2 years. These matters are known to us, to at least all the stakeholders, almost everybody, including the VC-IRC CRAB committee. There is no doubt about the fact that there's something wrong with this register. And this is different from the earlier positions that almost everybody held, except the parties that petitioned. Now, having found or agreed that there's something wrong with this register, we seem to want to waste much more time in trying to ask ourselves what direction or solution do we go for. With this decision, I think there's no more time. If you look at the nature of flaws with this register, for me, 1 year of cleaning or work on it wouldn't have been enough. But here we are left with about 4 or 5 months to go to the election, and this is where we are. Mind you, the CI 91 also says that 60 days to the election, you cannot update or tamper with the register. There are now clear timelines for when the provisional one must be issued, when the final one must be issued.
But
technically,
Mike,
of the months left, we are left about 2-3 months to fix this register.
Right, but Martin, just around the time the judgment came, the Electoral Commission was also quite clear that it was already in the process of cleaning the register and that it was not out of place what the Supreme Court's decision was. So that issue of their interpretation was not entirely wrong. Would you say it is?
It was wrong. That flies in the face of this ruling. This ruling is asking for specific issues. That is completely different from what the EC was going to do. If this ruling is asking you to identify people who registered with NHIS, delete them, and give the opportunity to those who are eligible to re-register if they are Ghanaians and can so show the proof. That is completely different from what the EC was going to do. So they cannot use that step as an excuse or as though it was the same as what the court has ordered. They are completely two different things.
Right.
The EC's method does not effectively deal with the issues at stake.
Okay. All right. Martin, thank you very much for giving us your position on the latest ruling by the Supreme Court to the Electoral Commission, asking them to submit names of all persons who registered with the National Health Insurance card and also give them a step-by-step approach of how they intend to clean the register ahead of the November polls. Hopefully, we're going to be voting in November. That is also being sought out in Parliament. But if it does happen, then it means that we are voting in November. But on the sidelines of all this debate, we're just picking the thoughts of the key players. I mean, we are all stakeholders, but then the political parties involved and the back and forth surrounding this particular development is what we want to put in proper perspective for you, the viewer, and the voter as well, especially whilst we prepare for the November polls. The NPP says that the clarity was right from the 5th of May when the first judgment was given.